Hello guys and welcome to Supernormal, where the game takes inspiration from Allison Road and Silent Hill and the sense of a pulse-pounding psychological horror experience. Get ready to explore a seemingly ordinary apartment with not-so-ordinary secrets lurking around every corner. As a Detective Wyatt, it is your job to crack the case of Masato Sakamoto's missing daughter. But in this video, we're not just diving into the lore. After we've unraveled all the spooky details, I'll dish out my honest take on what I loved and what maybe didn't quite hit the mark. So grab a snack, kick back, and let's dive into the creepiest apartment you'll ever visit. So the game kicks off with the Detective Wyatt grilling Mr. Sakamoto for the scoop in the chaos that unfolded at his place. Mr. Sakamoto spins this wild yarn about working late and coming home to a crime scene, and blood spattered everywhere, like in the 1800s art project gone wrong. So no wonder he's sweating bullets and reaching out for help to crack this nut. But here's where it gets juicy, as Mrs. Sakamoto spills the tea about his strange relationship with his daughter, Sophia. Seems like Mr. Sakasaka has been too wrapped up in his job to notice his kid. Music and piano playing, that's about the extent of what he knows about her. Father of the Year material? Sure, and I'm a helicopter. So, Wyatt rolls up his sleeves and starts poking around. Lo and behold, the place is a disaster zone, just like he said, with bloodstains and handprints decorating every surface. And guess what? Chilling on the kitchen table, a Ouija board pointer and all. Wait, that might actually explain why things are about to get super normal.
He said it! He said it!
Just when Wyatt's getting into the groove, the phone rings. It's Mr. Sakamoto. He remembered to tell you that he has a camera set up all around the house with night vision ability too. Talk about the creeping Orwellian vibes. Wyatt taps into Mr. Sakamoto's laptop and gets a shocker. A sobbing girl in the laundry room where just moments ago there was zilch. Looks like it's time for Wyatt to step up his ghost-busting game. As Wyatt ascends the stairs, he finds himself all alone. The girl mysteriously vanished from the room, but to his surprise, he encounters her again in the hallway. While she's drenched in blood, hunched over, having her midnight snack, only to find out it's Sophia, her eyes locking into Wyatt. With an abrupt flicker, the lights go whoosh and the hallway now in darkness. In a heartbeat, Wyatt restores them only to find Sophia gone once more. Vamonos. After pooping his pants of the eerie encounter, Wyatt heads downstairs in search for more clues, because that's totally what a sane person would do after encounter a paranormal activity. Totally relatable. Among the chaos below, Wyatt discovers a trove of medical supplies for mental illness, depression, and stuff like that, hinting at the family's troubled mental state. Turning to Mr. Sakamoto's laptop, Wyatt encounters a digital log put into the email, but with Sophia's spectral guidance. Of course, in her own demonic ways, he cracks the password. Reading a series of emails from girls around Sophia's age, all tied to a man named Mark. And all of their last messages were visit this Mark guy in his apartment. Is that a coincidence? Before Wyatt can process the new information, the phone rings a message from Mr. Sakamoto, psychiatrist, questioning his prolonged absence and medication regimen. After some time searching the house and more ghostly encounters, the detective goes upstairs only to find Sophia and all the other girls' mangled bodies. In a sudden onslaught, Mr. Sakamoto launches a surprise attack, catching Wyatt off guard and claiming the detective's life before escaping the scene. So by now, it's safe to say that Mr. Sakamoto actually is the one that killed his own daughter, plus the other girls he messaged pretending to be a young kid named Mark to lure them into his grasp, manipulating the innocence of the girls for his sadistic desires. Rest in peace, Sophia and other girls. So, where do I start? Let's get into critiquing, starting with the negative wrap-up on a brighter note. How is that, okay? Okay, let's go. First off, the dialogue delivery, particularly Mr. Sakamoto's line, deserves a round of applause for all the wrong reasons.
14 years old. Please, you have to find out what happened.
Then the game starts with the detective wandering around the house, commenting on evidence in a voice that screams AI generated. And here's the kicker: none of the clues you found ever get a second glance or a mention again. It's like they vanish into thin air, much like the supernormal occurrences you're supposed to navigate. Remember that lore I mentioned earlier about Wyatt meeting his demise at the hand of Mr. Sakamoto? Well, surprise, there's a second ending. But good luck stumbling upon it, because there's a game-breaking bug such as key events crucial for progression, like the first phone call or accessing the laptop, just don't happen after completing the game for some reason. The developer promised fixes, but alas, they seem to have vanished too. Now, okay, let's talk about the gameplay, or shall I say, the lack thereof. It's nothing more than aimless wandering through the house, flicking lights, which is like its hobby. The puzzles? Barely worth mentioning, with the most brain power required to decipher a password from a ghost cryptic clue. You roll, look at cameras until the ghost appears, follow its cues, rinse and repeat until you're yawning louder than a pear in hibernation. Sure, many games have similar mechanics, but they spice things up enough to keep you engaged. Unfortunately, it was 69% done right. This game missed the mark by 31%, landing squarely in the land of mediocrity. It had the potential, to be honest, to be a standout, but instead it fizzled out faster than a damn firecracker, leaving us wishing for more excitement and less monotony. Alright guys, enough criticism, time to shed some light on the positive, my friends. Let's kick things off with the sound design and the eerie atmosphere of the house. It was amazing. It's like stepping into a horror movie, especially when you crank up the volume and dive in with the headphones on. Trust me, playing alone in the dark takes the scare factor to a whole new level, especially those ghostly whispers feel like they're right beside you. Let's talk about the voice recognition system. It's the game's standout feature, allowing you to communicate with the resident ghosts. And let me tell you, playing on ultra setting with all the bells and whistles turned on is an experience like no other. From Sophia's sudden appearances to her bone-chilling contortionist acts, the jump scares are downright disturbing enough to induce a serious case of a heebie-jeebie. And honestly, more horror games should adopt this mechanic, and it's a game changer if executed well. Talking about, of course, the voice recognition system. And can we take a moment to appreciate the graphics? In 4K? They're so lifelike, like you feel completely immersed in the game world. It's like stepping into nightmare, in the best way possible, of course. Sure, the game's story might be short, clocking at around 2 hours for completionists, but boy does it leave you wanting more. The lore had me hooked from the get-go, to be honest, and while the ending might be brief, it's priced just right for what you get. In conclusion, this game has a lot going for it. The use of the microphone to interact with the ghost adds another layer of immersion to an already chilling experience. It's one of the creepiest games I've played in a while, and I applaud the developer for taking such risk with the story. Plus, with a price tag of just $6, it's an absolute steal. So if you're looking for a spine-tingling thrill ride, look no further. Trust me, it's worth every penny. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Don't forget to drop a comment down below. I'll see you in the comments, my friends. See ya.